Good evening. Merry Christmas. So today I'll talk about one of my favorite subjects. It's about how not to care about what others might think of you. I got a question about this. Right. Now, some people might say, well, this is good, that you care about what others might think because it will make you behave. You know? And there is some truth to this, of course. You know, we have morals and ideas about how to act, and it's good to find out what these are, of course. But I'm talking about, you know, how people struggle with this today. I think today especially, I think so. It's like it is defining them. They look for approval from the group. Right? And it's also, I mean, what happens to them when they do this? When it's all about acceptance from the group. It's like they are lying, right? Because they are pretending to be something that they think will be accepted. So what happens to them? What happens to honesty? That's right. Yeah, this started for me when I was 15, I believe. I got annoyed with myself when I had contact with people, talking to people. And then, you know, afterwards I could think, why didn't I say this? Or, you know, what were they talking about? What were they saying? Stupid things. And I was quiet. You know, and this annoyed me. So I decided to do something about it. I decided to be more honest. And then I realized it wasn't so bad. Now, there were some people who really disliked me because of my opinions. And there were emotions. You know, when you disagree, some people will get emotional. And this sort of hits you, you know. So it was a bit uncomfortable in the beginning. I also noticed that some people liked it. So I thought it wasn't so bad. And I was feeling better, you know, especially afterwards. I didn't get to think about it afterwards. I spoke my mind, you know. So I started doing it regularly. It became a thing for me. So it could be anything, really. You know. You could talk about dogs, for instance. And people said, no, you can't buy this type of dog. German Shepherd, you can't buy them. They are bad dogs. And I thought, well, I don't think they are bad. And then I said it. And it became like an experiment after a while. I was enjoying it. To see what the reaction would be, you know. Some people have no problems with this, and others have other opinions. And my experience is that they are the good ones. And then there were those who just can't let it happen. You know. And they are the bad ones. It became like an experiment, a test. And then after a while I just couldn't stop it. So now I speak the truth. And you know, my friends, they know this about me and they appreciate this. I think so, at least. So if they have a question, you know, some doubts, and they will ask me something, they know I will not give them an accepted answer. I will tell them what I think, truthfully. See, I think people like this, so it's not so bad. So you know, it's ridiculous now, isn't it? I'll give you an example of this. Me and some friends, we were going go-karting. Maybe I told you this story. Anyway, so we were going go-karting. We had rented this go-kart court. And we went there prepared for going driving. You know. And then one of my friends came over to me and he said, "No, there are some other guys who wants to join us. They want to drive while we are driving. They will not be in our way. You know, what do you think?" He asked me. And I said, "No, of course not. We rented the court. I want us to drive there alone." And then I saw these guys, they got very disappointed about this. And then afterwards, this friend of mine came over to me and he said, "Oh, it was good that you were here to say no." And I understood, he wanted to be kind. See, yeah, okay, you can drive with us, you see. But then he saw it was much better for us to drive alone. And he liked it. And he came over to me and said, "Good that you were here." He knew this about me, you see, that I would be honest. So I think he sort of subconsciously was hoping for me to say no. He expected me to say no, you see. Isn't this fascinating? Now, people need to get out of this. It's sort of a sickness, I think. It's like people believe that if they just behave like saints, they will not be judged. They will be given a break or something. Maybe it's the big religions who did this to the people. Maybe. It's like the afterlife. You come to the afterlife and you will be judged by a supreme being or a committee or something. It doesn't happen. That's not how it works, if you ask me. It's up to you. See? You will be the judge. If you think you deserve a reward, you will make sure that you will get the reward. If you think you deserve punishment, you will make sure that you will be punished. See? It's up to you. There's nobody else. Nobody will ever judge you. See? I mean, put you in jail in the afterlife or in hell or something. It's not going to happen. They just can't do it. But if you think you deserve it, of course. That's what I think, anyway. Yeah, people need to be honest with themselves. Like, if you pretend to be a saint all the time, it's a lie, isn't it? Unless you are. But I think you're not. It's much better to be honest. So if you're a bastard, be a bastard, see? You probably mean well. You have different strategies on how to achieve your goals, right? But I think I think you mean well. Well, there are exceptions to this, but these people are not watching this video. Those people who don't mean well, I mean. I think you mean well, but if you act like a bastard, well, be a bastard. Then you're honest, you see. Don't pretend to be a saint when you're not. I met actually one lady who was like a saint, and it was sort of natural for her to be a saint. So there are those too, of course. But they are very, very few, aren't they? I think so. Most people are sort of bastards. They have some issues. They are weird. Just be weird. Be honest about it. And you will be fine. All right. Be good.